Righto, let's talk footy. Brett Kimmorley's on the line. Morning, Noddy. You didn't need to hear all that, mate. Basically, I'm tripping over my own tongue this morning. Good to chat.
Oh, it's great to see that experts can still make a few errors. Hey, how good?
A few, if only it was a few, my friend. Now, let's focus heavily on what's about to happen because everything changes, doesn't it? We've spoken about finals football and things now start to get very, very serious and start to get that intensity level up. So is there, just before we go in game by game, is there anything overriding for you heading into the finals that, I don't know, you're concerned about, you think that's going to be okay? Does the level of footy go to a new level here? What happens?
I think all of that, Matty. I think the level of football goes to a higher level, a greater level. It becomes like state of origin, like where you need to be, at your best and you need 17 players to be at their best. Speed increases. I think the teams that score lots of tries off kicks, it doesn't happen in semi-finals and grand finals. I think you're going to carry the ball across the line because of more urgency. And again, you're playing against the top 8 best defensive teams effectively, or the top 8 best attacking sides. So player injury, player happiness, and are you in form? I think they're really important factors, Matty. So a few sides have got players coming back with key players from injuries. Touch wood, they get to play healthy free, and that's not affecting their ability to go forward. And then obviously you've got red hot sides. I think the Cowboys at the moment and the Newcastle Knights are the two red hot sides.
Oh, Noddy's just dropped out, so we need to get him back there. But, okay, that's an interesting one. That the Cowboys and Knights are the two red-hot sides. What I need to know is who's going to win that game, because that's the one that I'm on the fence on. That's the one that I'm sort of straddling both on that. I think we got your back. So you finished up by saying the Cowboys and the Knights are the two informed sides, and I was just pointing out that's the one that I'm sitting on the fence on. So why don't we just go straight there? Tell me who you think gets home. Does the home ground advantage play to the Cowboys here especially?
Yeah, I think so, Matty. And obviously Callum Ponga, former North Queensland junior, come through all that system. So you're right. That's, I think, the two informed sides outside of Melbourne playing each other. I think the Cowboys win the game. I think the last few weeks they've been really, really good. Stuck under the radar a bit. For the Newcastle Knights, all hands leads on whatever Callum Ponga can do. And yes, he's been unbelievable the last few weeks, but I think the Cowboys will have the ability to stop Callum Ponga. And then if there's no plan B for Newcastle, that's the end of their opportunity, where I think for the Cowboys, they've got so many players who can strike across the park and attack. And as you said, mate, they get to play at home. They get to have a full house up there. I played at the stadium last week for the first time for our NRLW side. It's an amazing stadium. It'll be full. It'll be full of North Queensland fans, and I think that'll help them.
Okay, so tomorrow night, Bluebet Stadium, 7:50 kickoff between the Panthers and the Roosters. I'm going to start with a question that's been posed on our text line from John, who says, can you ask Noddy if the Roosters need to play structured footy or totally unstructured jungle ball to beat Penrith? He thinks jungle ball, throw it around. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think you can beat Penrith in an arm wrestle. They'll suffocate you defensively. They're the best defensive system and have been for the last 3, 4, 5 years. Yes, they've got different players in that squad, but they believe in those systems. You need to be a bit unstructured. You need to chance the arm a little bit. You probably need to throw the ball around it a little bit. But if you make a lot of errors, then that'll obviously make you suffer as well. So I think the Roosters are a genuine chance. I like when Trent Robinson talks about how they express themselves and how they play a different style of footy. So, yes, they've got players out. They'll be under no pressure to win this game. No one will be backing them. They go to, as you said, Bluebet, Matty, on Friday night, get lucky enough to call this game, and no pressure on Roosters. And I think this is a great opportunity for the Panthers to get a victory and to sort of cruise through and have a week off. Yeah, so the week off to the winner, of course, and the loser will go into a semi against Manly or the Bulldogs. Storm v Sharks at Amy Park. There's no question, obviously, that the Storm will start this one favourites. And the Sharks have got plenty of points to prove here, but a second chance regardless. Yeah, that's right, and that's probably helpful. They do get a second chance. The big thing for Cronulla, I think the last few years, they actually haven't won a semi-final match. So, yes, I think the difficulty of round one semi-final, being Melbourne in Melbourne, everyone's back for the Storm. It will be difficult, but you're right, Matty, they then get home state final or home city final next week. That's the big one for the Sharks. If they're not able to win this week, they learn how to handle probably the best team in the competition this year and handle preparation for semi-final and how to play semi-final football. And I think that's important, Matty. If they do lose this week, their ability to bounce back and they'll play teams that have belonged from next week onwards. So great opportunity for the Sharks. I think they're a chance this week. I think they've had great success over the Melbourne Storm over the last few years. Who knows if they can get off to a great start. Sharks on their day can be brilliant defensively, and that's the key in semi-finals.
Yep, and the loser there will have that semi-final against either the Cowboys or the Knights, which we've already detailed. Before we get to how it plays out between the Bulldogs and Seagulls on Sunday afternoon, one of the phrases that you mentioned there about finals footy, happy players. How much do you think the distraction, or maybe they've avoided now the full-blown distraction around the Josh Addo-Carr scenario, may affect the Bulldogs here? Because you're right, you want to keep your players happy and focused.
Yeah, that's right. And I think it's been an amazing leadership at the Dogs this week, and obviously, Phil Gould and all that. I think we don't know the outcome of what that result is and bits and pieces. So no distraction from Addo-Carr, no players asking that question. They'll go on to the semi-finals. Cameron Tirado believes that they can fix their defence deficiencies the last 2 weeks, because they've gone from being one of the best defensive teams in the comp to the last 2 weeks leaking lots and lots of points. I think it was 78 points conceded the last 2 weeks. So semi-final football, more excitement, different reason to play. Maybe the fact that they already knew they were in the finals. I don't know if they got ahead of themselves a little bit. They started reading a lot of the media and all that. But, Carraz has been named to play. Obviously, Matt Burton back this week, was obviously not available last week. So nearly back to full strength. And I think this crowd has the ability to be about a 40 or a 50,000 crowd, Matty. So I think it'll be huge in favour of the Dogs fans, and I think, physicality for Manly has proven the last 2 weeks that's how they play. Dogs are going to match the big side, who they couldn't handle a few weeks ago. But I think this will be a really entertaining, great open style game of footy.
And what about you guys tonight, mate? So you're on at Leichhardt Oval against the Dragons, second last round of the regular season NRLW.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I thought we played our best game last week. A bit unlucky not to win 24-22. So a lot of confidence. Short turnaround this week. Cowboys last Saturday against the Dragons tonight. Two more debutants making their debut. So, that's great that I get to hand jerseys out to people. Looking forward to it, Matty. And as you said, it's the only game on TV tonight. So hopefully we get lots of audience. And I'm looking forward to a good performance. And fingers crossed we can get that win.
Good on you, mate. Have a good one tonight. Enjoy that glare of the TV coverage, of course, and enjoy the weekend's calling here on SEN.
Thanks, Matty. Enjoy. Have a great weekend and can't wait for finals.
Good man. Brett Kimmorley there, part of our SEN coverage, of course. And it all starts tomorrow night. Panthers v Roosters out there at Blue Bet Stadium.